So, the Herman Miller Mirra, a very well-renowned chair. How does it actually stack up? So, I've used this for a while, actually being a few days, to be honest, because I got it a few days ago. But in comparison to the Aeron I have, it is almost identical, I would say. It's actually extremely comfortable. Generally, these come at a lower price point, these chairs. And so if you can pick one up, Herman Miller Mirra, I would really recommend it. Very, very comfortable chairs. In some ways actually superior to the Aeron, I think. First of all, let's talk the size of the chair. This chair comes in one size, so it's only one size, so how do you fit it to different users? Well, under the seat here, if you press this lever, you can pull this down and adjust the depth of the seat, so that enables it to, fit multiple users better. I'm 5'11" for reference, and I think this size was pretty much perfect. If you're a small individual, I think it may be a little too big. The backrest here comes up just about to my shoulders, or a bit over. For reference, the Aeron size B is actually too small for me. It comes up quite almost like half the way down my back, or even not, no, sort of 3/4 the way down my back, so I can feel it on my shoulder blades. I can feel the plastic edge kind of digging in my shoulder blades on the Aeron. That doesn't happen with this. It's a very, very good fit. You may think the plastic back is kind of uncomfortable, but it's actually really, really nice. You feel more supported. I think you do feel better supported with that plastic back compared to just the mesh that's on the Aeron. The lumbar support is actually a really nice design as well. On the Aeron, you may be familiar, there's just kind of a pad, whereas on this you have this adjustable thing which can go inwards, and you can move it up and down as well. It's got a nice range of motion too. So I really like this design. It's not quite as aggressive as the Aeron's lumbar, so if you like to kind of feel it really pressing into your back, you may want to go with an Aeron. I would recommend the size C if you're anything over, say, 5'8", probably. I would say go with this Aeron size C. That's most men generally, but I do think the Aeron size C is a better fit. If you're like especially large, you may not fit in the seat pan. The Aeron size C has a larger seat pan, but getting that backrest height to where your actual shoulder is really important. The arm pads are really nice, very, very soft. You can see here that I can press in. They're really quite nice. The way they adjust is they've got a latch down here, so you pull that latch and you can pull the armrest up or down. Really quite a nice design. They're not as maneuverable as other armrests. They don't go kind of in as much. I have the Herman Miller Cell that actually has a much better armrest design. But I mean, these can go kind of sideways and stuff, and there's a little bit of range of motion that you can do. Generally, the armrests are okay. This model was made in 2012. The mesh is still extremely taut, which is really nice. If you buy one of these used, make sure that the mesh is in as good as condition as can be, really, because what you don't want is there to be a little rip and then that to develop over time and just basically break your chair. If you have to buy a new seat, that might cost you, 80 pounds, something like that. So let's talk about the back a bit more. The shape is actually really nice. You can see this sort of bump here down at the bottom. That's not the lumbar support. That's actually just the way the chair is made. What that does is presses into I think it's the sanctum region of your spine. And that sort of functions like the Aeron's posture fit. So it almost has the Aeron's posture fit kind of built into the design. Very, very nice. It actually is very supportive and really quite comfortable. For adjustments, you've got, tension. You can, I think what does this one do actually? Oh, this is just the height adjustment. Tension, you can get it reasonably soft or taut. If buying this chair, you need, I think, to get this adjustment here. If you can see that on the camera. This forward one here is the forward tilt mechanism, so that enables the chair to go into a more forward posture. This is really useful for working. I just find it more comfortable generally to be in that more upright position. If you, yeah, if you have a Mirra, get it with it. If you buy an Aeron, buy it the fully loaded version with the forward tilt here. This is probably one of the most unique mechanisms on a chair, and I really appreciate it. I really think it is useful and one you want to have. So yeah, overall a really fantastic chair. I'd rate this, probably a 9 out of 10 for comfort. I've tried many chairs. I've tried an Aeron, I've tried a Cell, Herman Miller Cell, steel case Leap, not, what other ones? A few other, nice chairs, but this is pretty much one of the top, probably tied with the Aeron for comfort. Just a note, don't get, if you're buying a classic Aeron, I have a classic Aeron, that's what my comparison is with this. But if you're buying a classic Aeron, don't buy one with the posture fit version. I find that very uncomfortable. It's actually not as nice as the lumbar pad that you get. Just the pad is much better. I would recommend the pad, but this is extremely comfortable. Very, very nice chair. I imagine the Mirra 2 is similar. This is the Mirra 1, but if you can pick one of these up, man, it will help you. These are great chairs.